let's go to the solids. This is solid geometry. I'm going to start off looking at a rectangular base prism just to show you all the things that the program can do. You can use the arrow keys on the keyboard or the keyboard that's on your screen here to rotate the figure. So I'm just going to use the arrow keys here. I can rotate, I can press the space bar, or on the screen I can press this button. Same thing, it'll stop it from rotating. Pressing the left arrow and it goes as fast as you want it to go, but then you press the space bar and stop. You can press, different directions at the same time. You can rotate in 3 different axes. These keys control the shape. These keys control the camera. Hitting the W, you walk towards the shape. Hitting the S, you walk away from the shape. Hitting the A, you rotate the camera to the left. Hitting the D, you rotate the camera to the right. Hitting the T, bring the camera up, makes it look like the shape's going down. Hitting the G, you're bringing the camera down. Hitting the F, you're shifting the camera to the left. Hitting H, you're shifting it to the right. These keys control the camera, and these keys over here control the shape. You can rotate the shape like that. It's a good idea to always rotate your shape, just so it really cements in your brain that this is a 3-dimensional shape. You can see what the shape looks like in all kinds of different orientations. You can also change how the shape looks. Under the edit, we can go down here, we can change the faces. So we can change the color of the faces. So you go in here, you click down, and you can change the colors. Let's say I want to make the shape yellow. I could do something like that. You can change the writing. You can go to labels and change the color of the labels. If I made the labels yellow on top of the yellow, see, that wouldn't be good, but I could make them really any color I want. It's dark green. I can change the color of the arrows. Let's say I wanted the arrows to be red. So I can go over here, change that to, it's dark red. I want them, let's say, to be a nice bright red like that. There's your arrows. I can change the color of the little squares even. So you go to squares, and let's say I want those squares to be blue. So I just change out the blue, and I can pick any shade of blue I like. Let's say I wanted a very faint blue like that. We can make the writing bigger. I can go down here and change the label size to larger. Every time you press the label size, it's going to get bigger. If you double click, it gets to be normal size. You can make them smaller. If they're really small and you click bigger, it'll get bigger. If they're really big, you click smaller, it'll just get like 1 step smaller. But double clicking on either label size will bring them back to normal size. We can highlight the edges. By doing that, it just highlights the edges, makes it easier to see where your faces are. You can make the shape transparent. You can see through the shape. That's transparent 1. Transparent 2, very similar. It's just your edges that are facing you are also highlighted. You could look at wireframe. Wireframe, all the colors removed. You just get this wireframed image of whatever shape it is you're doing. We've got this spreadsheet over here. In the spreadsheet, you can write whatever you like. Like if I want to write length, width, and height, and then perimeter of the base, area of the base, and then total surface area, perimeter of the base, times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. I'm writing this as a reminder to me what the formula is. It's not a calculation. The length, 6.67 to be my width. The height of the prism is 6.63. The perimeter of the base, 2 times the length added to, I'm just going to click on the 6.67 with width, and you notice it gives me a B2. The area of the base is the length times the width, does the calculation for you. Then the total surface area is perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. The total surface area is 216.1242 decimeters squared. Copy this, Command C, come over here, Command V, press decimeters, and then I'm going to add the little square. Then I'm going to press Enter to check to see if I'm right. What the spreadsheet can do for you. It allows you to put all your calculations in. You can put in different functions. Like let's say we were doing a cylinder. Here's our cylinder. If I rotate it, it'll show us the height. We have the radius and the height. 4.48 meters is the radius. And the height is 8.28 and the radius is 4.48. That's a little bit hard to read. You could go to wireframe. The 4.48 is just on a white background. You could also make the label size larger. That is a little easier to read. 4.48. I just need to know the area of the base. The base is pi r squared. Pi is a function here. Pi, when we hit the pi button, it gives us pi, open bracket, close bracket. You could type that out. It might be easier just to go to your function. Pi r squared. So times, I could hit this key. It's a little star key, or shift 8. Pi times, click on the radius squared. I can click times the radius again if I like, or shift 6, or it's this little chapeau, and then put a 2. That's pi times the radius to to the power of 2. And then press return, and it gives us the value. Volume, you have to remember, is area of the base times the height. So the area of the base is equals area of the base times the height. And there's our volume, 522.079072 meters cubed. I'm going to copy this, click over here, put meters cubed, and then press enter to check to see if we're right. These are the things that the spreadsheet can do for you. It keeps all calculations in one area, keeps everything organized. It's a lot faster than using the calculator. We have pencil. Pencil is selected. If I click down, I can write. Let's say I made a mistake and I want to erase some of that. I can go to the eraser. You get this little symbol. Once you click down, it will erase whatever you run over. It's a one-size eraser. If you want to erase everything, just double-click the eraser. Everything erases. You can change the color of your writing. You can change the size of your writing. Let's say you're making a line and you just hold it for a second. It will make a nice straight line for you if you want to make a straight line. If you're on a computer and you want to write, just so you're not clicking down on the trackpad, when you hit Control and you move the mouse, it allows you to write. It allows you to do handwriting a little easier. Like as soon as you press Control, it starts to put ink down. 3x squared. It's a lot easier than clicking down on the trackpad at the same time as trying to write on the trackpad. This makes things a little bit easier. We have on the keyboard, you could enter all of these characters onto the keyboard. We have a help menu. In the help menu, you're looking at the overview video, so you must know about the help menu. We have all of these help videos. 2 help menus. The first one is the overview, all about total surface area. There's a button to send me an email. There's the help for volume, which is all about volume. But we can hide the keyboards and show the keyboards. Levels and results brings you to the different levels. In the different levels, we have a lot of different shapes. So we have rectangular base prisms, triangular base prisms, cylinders, pyramids, cones, polygon based prisms and pyramids, spheres, fractions of spheres, a whole section just on lateral surface areas. We have composite figures as well. If you're looking at, let's say I want to look at something just a little bit more complicated, a triangular base prism. Here's the triangular face. Okay, remember to be a triangular face prism, you have a top and the bottom which are identical and in line. Top is a triangle, the bottom is the same triangle. You can rotate these things any which way you like. Cones, let's have a quick look at a cone. If you look at them you have to really rotate these to get a good idea of what they really look like. They have a top and a bottom. The bottom is a circle. Then your lateral surface is cone. Make that into wireframe, it kind of looks like this. As a wireframe, it's more of a 64-sided pyramid. We have sphere fractions. If you're looking at a fraction of a sphere, it looks like a sphere, right? You're missing an 8. This is 7/8 of a sphere. When we're doing sphere fractions, they're always, you either have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7/8 of a sphere. You never have 8/8 because that would be a whole sphere. What faces look like. Okay, so these are the faces. This is your sphere fraction level. You can rotate these things. You can play with them. You can make them appear bigger by walking closer to them or walking further away. And in each case, you're given, there are a lot of different shapes that you can work with. Fun shapes. We have composite figures down here. Cone with hemisphere. Cone. If you rotate the figure, we can see that we have a radius of 1.77, a height of the cone, a slant height. So the radius of the cone is the same as the radius of the hemispheres. That's why we don't give it to you twice. You have all the information you need to find the total surface area of the volume. And that is the overview of the solids math program. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. Have a good day.